All right, Coach, congratulations on ending off the calendar year of 2022 with the win. Just what are your initial thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
You know what? Texas Southern is a good team. They've been really tested. When you think about they played the Florida States, Arizona, a lot of good teams. Their record doesn't reflect their effort. So I'm proud of my team though, the way they stepped up, and I feel like we came out tonight ready. We had 4 players in double figures, which is good. Well, you can get the scoring balance throughout the first half of the season. Destiny Thomas has really carried us, and now that we can kind of give her some relief in that standpoint, I'm happy to see more of a diverse team because we'll get healthy just a little bit, which is the right time to get healthy.
Well, Desto got another one of double. She's practically the team's expert at that at this point. Now that she's got her 7th of the year, how important has she been to just get those second chance points? Because you guys really smoked Texas Southern in that category.
Yeah, because we had 27 offensive rebounds, which was great. And we've been focusing on that. So we've had some guys who came in, our men's practice players, through the holidays and practice against us. And they did a good job of really rebounding and making us box out, and vice versa, us going to get offensive rebounds. So we've really been focusing on rebounding in practice. And I thought our players reflected that with 53 rebounds and 27 offensively.
Texas Southern managed to kind of get itself off to a jump start with a couple of 3-pointers there. How would you say how the team did in responding to that and starting off the game there?
You know what? Well, I didn't think we did a great job of defending number 21 for them. I mean, she ended up with 33 points, and I mean that's just in 35 minutes. So I didn't think we did a great job of defending her or locking her down. There's been other players that we've kind of focused in on, and that's something we got to do better on.
You have, of course, Nay Hutton there absolutely going off in the fourth quarter. Like, what was that kind of switch, or what do you think was kind of the inflection point where between the rest of the game and the fourth quarter, where she just went off to end up becoming the team's leading scorer?
Yeah, so Nay is a proven player. I mean, she transferred from Howard, or they were an NCAA team, and she's just been excited about playing. So now is her finally her opportunity. She's been out for a long time with a disc located patella in her knee. So to get her back has been amazing. I think Nay, it was just decided. So I just think she was excited finally to get a chance to play. So that was what got her going, and we're excited about having her, on this team and an offensive threat and a rebounding threat. Just another body. She's been amazing to coach. So I'm really looking forward to having her going into conference play.
Looking at you mentioned rebounds earlier. Would you say that was kind of the X factor that really decided this game, or would you say it was something else?
I would say rebounding and defense. Rebounding and defensively, we put on some of our man press. I thought was generated some turnovers. They had 23 turnovers. So our press did, and then having 53 rebounds was key for us, and of course, 27 offensive. So yeah, those to me were the X factors in this game, was our rebounding and our defense.
So this wraps up non-conference play for you guys. With how new this team was and how many new faces you had to bring in, what do you think is the biggest thing you've learned about this team since the beginning of the season?
That we are fighters. Okay, we had 2 starters to go down within a week with ACL tears, and other people stepped up, and so your mindset is everything, and that's the one thing as a coaching staff we keep talking to our players, that we're tough, and that we have a different mindset, and so for us to be able to battle and have the record we've had with the injuries we had and so many new faces, of course. That's a good sign in where we are. But we want more, that any competitor, and especially going into conference play. But I think our identity is toughness. Anyone that knows me and knows what I'm about is definitely toughness. And my team is taking on that personality.
How important, because you had those 3 straight losses against, Seton Hall, Auburn, those guys, and now you get 3 straight wins right off of that with the Christmas Classic and today. How important is building that momentum for conference play and then adjusting after that 3-game gauntlet you had before?
It's very important. So after Seton Hall, it was like, okay, we have a new season. Okay, we have new players that played with Ashley Foster, a transfer from Georgia State. That's only 1 semester. Nay coming in, Key being healthy. So just being able to rotate different bodies and get a better chemistry within those last 3 games has been key. And I think it's shown. We're not the same team that we took to Auburn a few weeks ago. We're not even the same team we just left Tennessee with. Now that we have some bodies and we have chemistry and we have things that are understood within this team.
Aside from bodies, what's the biggest difference since then?
Just
playing.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is our defense. So because of bodies, because we have people who can pressure for 40 minutes, we can rotate people in. So I think bodies allowed us to be who we are, and that's defensively being tough. And like tonight, us, creating 23 turnovers was key for us.
You have in top 3 scoring defense in the American coming into the night. You're in the bottom 3 in scoring offense. Going into conference play, how would you kind of at least reconcile that? How much do you think you need to improve the offense in order to kind of contend, or do you think you'll be able to lean into that defensive identity to make your way through?
Well, I think defense wins championships. And any teams that I've been part of that are conference champions or national champion, it started off with defense. And so that's the key for us. And it's going to generate for us offensively when we force turnovers and different things like that. So, of course, we got to improve offensively, but we're excited where we are on the defensive end.
So you start off with the new year at SMU, going back on the road for the first time since that loss. What did going on that road trip teach you for you guys, and how important is that going into conference play where the road trips are kind of more regular?
So the road trip to Tennessee or the road trips period in non-conference?
Just road trip non-conference, just in general. You're going back out on the road for the first time since then. So
yeah, so the road trips that we took, our first road trip was to Campbell, who had won their conference, and Campbell is a really good team, and we were able to pull that out. Then our second trips non-conference was to Auburn and Tennessee. Okay, and so Auburn and Tennessee are 2 good SEC teams, and we feel like if we can go there and get experience, then we've done what we need to do. That's going to carry us into a conference play. So I feel like it was very important. It helped us, get to know who we are and what we're doing, and those kind of things.
What will be the X factor for this team to take you through conference play? You mentioned defense, and maybe it's that, but like as far as the quality of the team of the players, whether it's people or playing as a team, what's the X factor for conference play for you guys?
Well, the X factor goes back to what's important to you. Okay, so our identity is defense, and that's going to be the X factor. If we can, create 15 or more turnovers from our opponents, that's going to be a good night for us. That's going to be a good night because we got to get better from the offensive end. So that's what we kind of focus on and do.
All right, Coach. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.